My cheeks hurt from smiling. Hello muggles, my name is Ashley Starmo and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my January favorites. It's all going to be book and movie related. There's going to be some small booktuber shoutouts and some bookish Instagram shoutouts. Let's go. My favorite Bookstagram account has got to be A Girl About Library. It's run by Katie and she has a YouTube channel too. I'm sure y'all have heard about her. She does minute-long book reviews and she posts those up on her YouTube channel. But what's really cool is that she actually pops those book reviews up on there, and sometimes if I don't have time to go on to YouTube to watch a full-fledged review, that's really nice for me to just be able to scroll through it and stop right there. I have a real thing for biographies and autobiographies. I love fiction books so much, but I also think there's something to be said for works of nonfiction that, you know, really happened. So my favorite one that I've read this month is Living Like Audrey. It was on my TBR if you saw it. I thought it was gonna be like modern etiquette kind of based, I guess, and some of it was, but a lot of it was more about backstory. The things that she went through shaped her and formed her into the icon that she was. So I loved this book. 10 out of 10. Would recommend you picking it up if you are into Audrey and old Hollywood and that kind of thing. I've been trying to be a little bit more active on Twitter, and one of my favorite small booktubers, her name is Kara, and she has a YouTube account called Wild with an E Book Garden, and she does a bunch of fantasy, or I guess like fairy tale book reviews. But she just started Twitter and I've been really enjoying her account, and I don't know, I really love to see people start a form of social media and grow it. So she just started it recently. Y'all should go check her out. I'm sure she's gonna be participating in like the shoutouts and stuff like that. I love your Twitter, Kara. My least favorite book was Bleed for Me, in case y'all didn't know. I did a book review of it. You can go watch it if you want. It needs trigger warnings, and that is all I will say about that. My favorite purchase was this guy, The Princess Diarist by Carrie Fisher. It's a collection of her diary entries from when she was on the set. Again, you can tell that I like autobiographies. But from when she was on the set of Star Wars, when she was filming when she was pretty young. I have not read this yet, but I was so excited to pick it up. She shares that she did the dirty with Harrison Ford, so thought it'll be interesting. Maybe I'll get this in hardcover someday because I do prefer hardcover. She also got nominated for a Grammy, which I didn't know audiobooks got Grammys, so I don't know if she won or not, but I'm gonna read this at some point and I will give you a full-fledged review if you want. I have seen 10 movies as of today, this calendar year. My favorite one that I've seen so far is Molly's Game, starring Jessica Chastain. It's about a girl who gets into the world of hosting gambling parties with like really elite people. It's quick-paced, it's very educational, it's fascinating. You should watch it. I will be doing a video with my mom that kind of breaks down some of these films, which I'm really excited to film. We just love our movies. My favorite show thus far this year has been This Is Us. I'm gonna put a picture right here and it's gonna go up, and then I'm gonna start talking about spoilers. When it goes away, you can unmute it. It's gonna be really short, but I don't want to spoil anyone on it if it's like on your DVR. I cannot wait for the Super Bowl. I love football anyways, but the fact that we're gonna find out exactly the specifics of how Jack dies, I am so looking forward to it. I've been loving the season this far. I read that Crock-Pot, the company, actually had to release like an official statement that Crock-Pots will not catch on fire and ruin your lives, to kind of like save their reputation, because that's what happened in This Is Us. That's what the last episode left us with. So I'm really highly anticipating that, and I've been loving the story structure of that show this month. This is a little bit of a weird one. My favorite Instagram story. I think Instagram stories are really interesting because it gives you more of an intimate look at someone's life instead of the like perfect structured grid sort of situation. So basically the person who has my favorite Instagram stories is a booktuber. She is also a student right now. I specifically didn't start booktube until after I graduated because I knew I couldn't handle it. It's so much, you know, extra reading on top of curriculum that you're already learning for your profession. My favorite one actually goes along with the booktube account Kristen's Library. I think it's fine for me to be saying this because in her little video description she has her Instagram linked. The reason I like her Instagram story is because I find booktubers because of reviews and stuff that they post, but I stay because of their personalities. If I see someone doing like a cookie cutter, you know, type of video and I never get to know them as an individual, I don't tend to gravitate towards those kind of accounts. It's really interesting to see her bookish content on YouTube, but then to pop over and be like, wow, she uploaded that after she just talked about how she has nursing finals. She's had nursing finals for the last 10 things. So because of knowing that personal side of someone's story, you start to root for their professional content a little more. Tell me if I'm crazy. Tell me if you think the same way as me. I just think it's fascinating how you can see so intimately into everyone's lives beyond just the perfectly curated Instagram grids and YouTube edited perfectly videos. My favorite bookish vlogs have come from Lori Dawson. She is a mom and she's one of the nicest people. She comments on without fail every single one of my videos and it means so much to me, by the way. But I've been really loving her vlogs. She includes her family in them and they're just so sweet and wholesome and I thoroughly enjoy them. I actually watch them when I'm at lunch at work. So my favorite writer's Instagram also comes from a girl who is on booktube, Pramika Kadari, and then her Instagram handle is Pramika Kadari Writes. I'll put it here obviously. Please forgive me if I'm like butchering how to pronounce your name. I've been loving your content though. So she basically works on a bunch of writing and then she's very like open about her process on her Instagram feed, and again because of that content I'm more drawn to her videos because I'm like, oh, I've seen the behind the scenes of this. Anyways, you should go follow her. Her numbers are growing, which is really cool to watch, and also good luck on your writing project. I just saw the Star Wars The Last Jedi movie for the second time today with my mom and my brother. Dad saw it with us the first time but dipped out this time. My favorite villain this month continues to be Kylo Ren, same as my ship is Reylo. I have a Pinterest board called Giggles and I used to post memes to it, but it's transformed into like Tumblr posts about Star Wars and Reylo. So I made a private Instagram or Pinterest board called Fangirl so that I could stop plugging everyone's feeds up on Pinterest with Star Wars stuff. But it's a thing that my favorite villain and ship. So I recently found a small YouTuber who doesn't talk about books, but she's very supportive of the booktube community, and it's kind of in the same realm of the kind of stuff I'm interested in. I think her channel name is Fandom Nessa, about, you know, Comic-Con and panels from Comic-Con, and it's just really interesting. And then she'll go on like Twitter sprees and tag a bunch of small content creators, which is really nice. Obviously, as you can tell, a lot of my content, I do books, writing, film, talky kind of stuff. So I've also really loved that she is dabbling with booktubers, but she's also doing her own thing. I think it's really cool. I have a new favorite Netflix show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. All of the episodes are about 12 to 15 minutes long. My mom introduced me to them, and it's got Jerry Seinfeld kind of interviewing like famous people. The first episode is Jim Carrey, and they just talk about nothing in particular, but their energy is so contagious and fun, and it's like really nice thing to just pop up in the background if you're doing other stuff. My favorite thing to win at the Golden Globes was screenplay, the best screenplay obviously, because that's something I want to do. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, 1 for best screenplay, among other things. And I was so excited, so that was my favorite win there. I have been loving the program Final Draft. It's a screenwriting program for anyone who doesn't know, and I have been working on a short film sort of thing with my friend Shelby Figgins. Shelby is also a small YouTuber. She uploads beautiful covers of songs. She's great, but we're working on a short film together, and I just love the formatting capabilities of this program. It is so much easier than hopping onto Google Docs or onto Microsoft Word and like tab. And if you're a screenwriter, you know what I mean, and if you're not, that's fine too. It's just a really nice program to use, and thank you River for getting it for me. Last but not least, my January favorite has been the reaction to demonetization of small YouTubers. It's really unfortunate that it had to happen, but I have seen so many people be so kind to strangers, and I've seen so many little channels gain more of a following because of it. So I have loved how kind everyone has been to each other. And I know it's bad that it happened, but it's also kind of good in a weird way for the like community spirit. So that's been great. Thank you so much for watching this long and rambly thing of my January bookish / movie favorites. I hope you enjoyed. I will be coming back at you on Friday. Thank you so much for watching.